You're blocking your manifestation ability by relying on other people. Your need for support is something that hinders you from ever achieving your dreams, making the money you want, having the friends and family you want, and simply living a life that makes you fulfilled. You may feel discouraged because your friends, your family, and people you know don't support your goals, but in this video, I'm going to show you how you're getting in your own way and how to support yourself so that you can actually obtain your desired reality, regardless of anyone else. I use these concepts to generate over $1 million in online business, get over 3 million music streams, and gain over 5,000 YouTube subscribers in less than 60 days. And I'll show you how to use the power of belief and self-support to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. The first thing you need to understand is that no one owes you support. My wife, when I was doing the intro of this, was grasping her heart like, "Are you attacking me? What do you mean? I need your help for everything. What are you doing?" All right. I'll start by saying that I'm recording this video because someone asked in a comment if I could talk about what to do if no one they know supports them, friends, family, etc. So I thought it was a good topic that a lot of people deal with. So here we are. So if y'all think I don't read the comments, I'm at a point where I still can read the comments. Okay. But once the channel blows up to 500,000 subscribers, I don't know if I'll be able to do that as much. So ask your questions in the comments. I might make a video about it. Now, firstly, you need to understand that there is nothing more powerful in the universe than frequency. Watch my frequency video to learn more about that. Your frequency creates your reality, and your frequency can change, and when it does change, your reality will change. Here's the thing though, your friends and family a lot of the time are attached to an old version of you, an old frequency, and it's not their fault. They don't owe you belief, and it's not their fault that they don't believe in you either. It's actually your fault that they don't believe in you, and before you cry and get all upset, I'll explain, okay? I'm going to help you out. She's doing some very heavy breathing over here, you know?
Sorry.
No, I'm saying, are you nervous?
No, I was just saying how true that is, because like every time I think about like a sibling or like a cousin or whatever, like there's certain ages that you remember them at, even if they're like older. You know, it's just like you could still see them in your mind as that. So it would make sense that they wouldn't entirely be able to like match your frequency in the sense.
Yeah, that's true. You change. People change.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. So let me help you out because it is your fault that they don't believe in you, but it's okay. We'll get to it. Firstly, you are responsible entirely for your reality. If you aren't getting support from your friends and family for whatever it is you're doing, it's because you're aligned with a frequency that doesn't get support from those people. And this is because you haven't done the things that allow them to believe in you. And I talk about belief a lot, but belief creates frequency, and frequency dictates reality. So since they don't believe in you, they won't support you, or they'll support you out of pity, which no one wants. You want people to actually believe in you. So how does someone believe in something? You believe in something through evidence and authority. I've spoken about this in my generational curses video, but if you haven't provided any evidence that you can do what you're aiming to achieve, why would anyone believe you? So I'll give you an example. When I was making music more frequently back in the day, I felt like my parents didn't believe in me. And my parents are very matter of fact and raw. They're both Virgos. So if you're into astrology, you'll know what that means. My parents were very critical. So, and they still are. So they would hear me work on stuff and they tell me, that doesn't sound good. So imagine I'm 14, 15 years old working on stuff. That doesn't sound good. So shoot, okay. All right. So I'm over there working, trying to get better, trying to make something of myself. And I'm like, my parents don't believe in me. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's all good. Now, it wasn't until I invited my parents to a show I did at the Opera House in Toronto, which is a big venue in Toronto, that they saw, wow, our son can actually do this. You see, after that, my parents became some of my biggest supporters. They were telling people I was making music that I didn't even want to know I was making music. Like, don't tell them to check for my tunes, please. Not them. Okay? But why did they turn into these avid supporters? Because they had evidence that it was possible. So if you want people to start believing in you, then you need to start having some evidence that what you want to do is possible. But there's still the second element of belief, which is actually more important than evidence. And that element is authority. So if Dr. Dre told my father, hey, Seth is going to be a platinum artist, best believe my parents would have had a totally different level of belief in me. That's because Dr. Dre has authority in the music industry.
No, I just came to the conclusion. I my whole life, I got to say, like, I've never been a groupie. I've never been that type of girl. And I just feel it's like freaking, I messed up because I think I was a groupie and it was to you.
Yeah, you're a Seth Dyer groupie.
Oh,
Good
no.
job. Don't worry, that's all right.
Down to the
I'm trying to give you
sweater
props
with your
for that.
name on it.
That's called support. Because you believed in me.
Gosh. And I weeded those vinyl pieces myself and put them on the sweater.
That's right.
And made oh my gosh. Okay, we're not.
Yeah. You guys need to find a girl that supports you to that level where she weeds the vinyl to press on the shirt herself with her iron at home with your name on it.
I didn't even have a working iron at the time. I had to use my straightener.
With a straightener. You guys don't know about love. Okay? All right? But anyways, the reason authority is more important than evidence is because authority is how you first learn how to believe things. Your parents are your first authority figures in your life. If your parents tell you Santa is real, you believe Santa is real. If your parents tell you to donate 10% to the church or you're going to hell, then you believe it. They have zero evidence for these claims, but you believe them because they have authority. You understand what I'm saying? And this is still how you believe things.
Wow.
Yes.
That was very introspective.
You're learning something about yourself today. So this is still how you believe things. You still believe things through authority. And this was super evident with the jab, if you know what I'm talking about. People didn't have a bunch of evidence that those things worked, which, you know, we now know that they kind of didn't. They took it based on authority and other totalitarian factors, but authority has tremendous impact on belief. If you can create a lot of authority in a specific business area, a career, etc., not only will your friends and family believe in you, a whole bunch of other people will believe in you too. So it's up to you to create evidence and authority in your life. Then other people will believe in you. And here's the thing though, when it comes to manifesting, you actually don't need evidence or authority to manifest anything. All you need is emotionally charged belief in who you will be. When you tap into the mental plane, and I talk about this in my 3 Planes of Money video, but when you tap into the mental plane and see who you will be, that's all the evidence you need because that version of you is real. It's just not in physical reality yet. It's real on a different plane of existence, the mental plane of existence. So remember, watch that video to understand what I'm talking about. All you need to do is use your emotions to create a charge that connects to that version of yourself, and it will create a frequency and it will manifest into physical reality. Anyways, basically, your friends and family know you as a caterpillar and you're turning into a butterfly. And here's the thing. Do not look for them to support you. That's a frequency of neediness and lack. It's taking away your energy. The key is for you to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you won't emit a frequency that lets anyone else believe in you. No one's responsible for your success besides you. If your friends and family aren't going to support you, are you just going to stop doing what you're doing? If that's the case, then stop now. Because you don't actually want to do it. If you're looking for support everywhere, if you're looking for validation everywhere, you want people to validate you instead of moving from your values and doing what you actually want to do with your life. If you don't know your values, get the free values tool. It's in the description below. It's free. Use it. Your values help you find purpose, and you need to act with purpose. Nothing is manifested in the world without a purpose. Everything comes here for a reason. Even the mosquitoes that I can't stand, and I had to go Google what mosquitoes are here for because I can't stand them. But they're here for a purpose. What's up?
I was going to say, I just want to say I used the value tool and I got so much clarity. That was actually really helpful to me.
There you go. It's useful. Use it. When you're on purpose, it doesn't matter who supports you and who doesn't. You don't need their validation. You also need to understand something else before you learn how to change your frequency to one where you get the support you desire. You will not experience something that you aren't already reflecting out into the world. And my wife taught me this as one of the first things she actually taught me when I met her. I remember her saying something along those lines because I was probably complaining about some shit. I've worked on my complaining because complaining is not a good frequency, so I have to catch myself if I'm complaining. But she's like, you won't get anything that you're not reflected out into the world. So you have to ask yourself, where in your life do you not support other people? Because you don't support everyone, it's not possible. You don't give money to everyone who's trying to get money from you. You don't go to every event that somebody hosts, right? You don't spend your money on everyone who asks. So you already have elements of you being unsupportive already. So what makes you think that other people don't have those same elements in them too? You only get what you reflect out into the world. So I want you to understand this. And this is very important, like drastically important, because if you don't understand this, it will mess up your life. You have a polarized perspective on the concept of support.
And I'd just like to say, the more balanced the polarity, the stronger the electromagnetic field, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why you gotta be in the middle. You gotta watch my videos on polarity and my videos on rhythm to understand that. So you have a polarized perspective on support. You're only seeing people who don't support you, but you're not seeing the aspects of your life where you have had support in the past and even now. And it's impossible that you've never received support in your life at all. Otherwise, you wouldn't be alive. You got support as a baby. You got support as a kid. You got support now in some way. You just have to look for it. If you've received support before, you can receive it again. If you lack support in one aspect of your life, you have support in another aspect of your life because of the laws of polarity and rhythm. So watch my videos about that if you don't understand those concepts. Like I said, you need to cancel out the charges you have related to being validated. You're also charged with this concept of support because you think you are owed support from your friends and family. And this is very dangerous. And it's not your fault. It's something that was programmed into you through just life and growing up and maybe the values of other people, parents, family, teachers, etc. You didn't know this happened to you. But listen, when you think you're owed something, you are dealing with a pride vector. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins for a reason. It's often referred to as the worst sin. And this is something I talk about with the members in the next realm and teach them about these different vectors that can really mess up their manifestation, their beliefs, and they don't even know. Let me tell you something. When you are too proud, you are supercharged with pride. You experience what we would call Hermetic Narcissism. And I'm not talking about narcissism where every girl swears all their exes were narcissists and, you know, when they're really the narcissist because they can't take accountability for the actions and everyone's an expert on narcissism suddenly and everyone's just bad. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Hermetic narcissism is when you think people owe you things without equivalent exchange. Let me tell you this. Everything in the universe is perfectly balanced. Everything is exactly as it should be. And if it should not be that way, it will change when it's meant to change. The universe works off equivalent exchange. Why does Jeff Bezos have so much money and a bunch of people are poor and suffering and broke? Because Jeff Bezos built a company that serves millions of people. So he will be paid in accordance with that. This doesn't even have to do with money. Nero Knowledge actually does a very good job of explaining this when he said, try to take a breath without giving one first. So shout out to him. It's an equivalent exchange. When you carry out Hermetic Narcissism, you're trying to break the laws of the universe. And that's not possible. You'll just get screwed down the road. But that's another video entirely. I'll talk about that another time. Anyways, as promised, I was going to show you how to get the support you desire because it is helpful to have. It's helpful to have other people in your corner. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have it at all. You just shouldn't rely on it. Now, the main reason I changed my life in the physical realm was because I did have great support. So, how do you get the support that will elevate your life and bring you to your desired reality? Well, you need to enter a new frequency. A frequency where you get the evidence that you're being supported. That way, you'll have an easier time believing it and you start to manifest your desires. You have emotional charge with your belief. If it's business related and you have information or a skill that you want to make money with, we can help you in the next realm. We have a supportive community. We push each other to greater heights. It's great. One of the most simple ways to change your frequency is through osmosis. Frequencies are in fact contagious. This is why it's very important you pay attention to who you're dating, because if their frequency is completely misaligned with you, it's going to mess up your life. So be very careful with who you're dating and who you have relationships with. Pay very close attention to if you're aligned. That's why you need the values tool, okay? If you hang out with 5 fit people who go to the gym, you're going to become the 6th. And this is how I started to change my life. I didn't look for support from people I already knew, even though some of them were supporting me. I found new people, new circles, new teachers, and I forced my frequency to change. So change your thoughts, change your beliefs, change your circle, and you will manifest support and your desired reality. This is all reliant on you and no one else. You literally have all the power. With that being said, get the values tool below, join the next realm, change your life. From me and wifey,
Peace.